Tiny little old brain couldn't begin to comprehend the complexity of my polygonic foldability skills.
Oh, what are you doing?
Hey, I can't get my origami on unless you back off. Thank you. Okay, here's what you got to do. You got to fold this piece here, make this little match up here, and bring this corner over here like this. And if you do it just right, it will show you what to do. There. Try, lose, bliss. Now who's loose?
Ever heard the joke of what the Black Panthers, the KKK, and bisexual people all have in common?
Closes and you feel like falling down. I'll carry you home tonight.
Hey, question for you guys. When did you guys open up the Wells Fargo?
About a year and a half now. 2 years. This is like 2 years, yeah.
2 years? So, what, 2010?
Yeah.
Sounds about right. I'll be damned. Huh. It's really something. Yeah, that was weird because I couldn't think of any TCF accounts that were any banks up here that were TCF in the entire UP.
No.
That's a lot of the reason why they left, I think.
Yeah,
it's kind of an odd relationship to have a TCF.
Yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, especially when you pull out and you're like, okay, that bank that I used to have an account with forever and ever and ever downstate, and all of a sudden they pull out.
Yeah.
Weird.
Everyone who doubted me is asking for forgiveness. If you ain't been a part of it, at least you got to witness. She may not mean nothing to y'all. Understand nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping now. I want this forever mine, ever Mr. West is in the building. Ain't no question who about to kill. I used to have hood things.
Alright, so what you just witnessed a moment ago was Dunbar, and there was a file previous to that, one or two files previous to that. Dunbar was coming out across from where I was at a printing shop, and I was photographing the Dunbar Correctional Facility, whatever it was here, just a moment ago. And they, not correction, I don't know what it was, Dunbar something. But you get the idea, you get the point, the idea here when it comes to being stalked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You got it from morning till night, you kind of get the idea. So we're in Fort Myers, Florida right now. We're listening to 100.1.
The bar closes and you feel like falling down. I'll carry you home. 'cause I love you.
So Brian, you like funny Amsterdam stories? Huh? Yeah? Shipshawana? No? No? Amsterdam? Shipshawana? Schiphol? Airport? No? Anyways.
Did it really? Don't do that, you're gonna fucking ruin my camera.
You can't really.
Hey Courtney, is it cash?
Something so common, still so rare, and I'm in awe. Never been here before. So high, we're still climbing, even here inside these walls, breaking each other's hearts, and we don't care 'cause we're so in too deep. Can't think about giving it up.
Brian Wishaw met Amy Romanowski through Mount Clemens General Hospital. Now, as it turns out, Brian actually went to Howe Military School many years prior, and Amy was able to get a job as a English teaching instructor, English teaching assistant at one or the other, as a instructor at Howe Military School, where Brian attended back in 99-2000.
You were here? When were you here?
99-2000.
Well, I was here.
Weren't you? Oh my God! Wow, yeah, we all think. I changed the numbers.
And you're here?
I'm Brian. Wishaw.
Wishaw?
Wishaw. Amy Romanowski.
Yeah.
Romanowski. What happened? She told me, I guess some fight broke out or something. I was caught tail end of the whole thing. What happened?
Fight broke out with her?
No, like I guess she couldn't break out because she went to Western. I actually, when I got out of here, I went back to work full time for family business, medical supply. That's how I met Amy, because she was a hook on the 3rd floor of orthopedics, which is where I work. And I guess she was graduating Western, came down here. She was here for over a year, and then all of a sudden, like, I guess she got fired because she couldn't, some fight or something about she couldn't break up a fight or something like that.
She had very little discipline in the classroom.
That doesn't surprise me.
Very little.
Amy was, she was always kind of pushed over it.
Yeah.
Which is,
She
I
was
kind
the
of
wrong
like
personality handling guys like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know?
You gotta be tough.
You gotta,
There was,
if you're a female here, you gotta be a bitch.
pretty much,
Do it.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And she was the short skinny, she, a lot of interesting things along the way when you start playing Connect with Ask, okay, what have you guys been doing to us all these years? Yeah, oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
I do remember this.
It's a holistic, right?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I got diagnosed with lupus and did steroids for 3 years, and then it was like, done.
A lot of people I know, a lot of neurologic and mutilated in the last 10 years. It's been kind of freaky, and I'm wondering why. So as Amy Romanowski would say, you don't. The reason the reason Marcy Melms is so interesting and Jessica Melms are so interesting, among the many reasons, is just like Brian, your writing doesn't say your or your, it says you are. And emphasis on that, you are. One of the reasons Brian repeats Tommy the Musical over and over again is there's many reasons why he does it. It was the first live production he ever saw, and it was seen down in downtown Detroit at the Masonic Theater of all places. Which of course is kind of hysterical when you reference the United States Secret Service and a few gentlemen, Mark Alexander and Scott Fisher. So when you do that, when you look at Brian's initials on the back of MA, and then you look at Scott Fisher, and you think there was also a few other productions which you saw at the Fisher Theater, and years ago they used to say high atop from the Fisher Theater. So it was one of those kind of hysterical things when Brian showed up there, and not so funny when some other incidents happened down the road. After Brian was fired from Jarvis Construction Disaster Recovery on September 11, 2001, he was able to get a job at Big Boy Restaurant on 23 Mile in New Baltimore, Michigan, at which time he was a cook, and he actually worked with two Kims, or capital K, I, capital M. One of those was a younger female. She was a nurse going to Baker College at the time. Of course, with Patricia, Patricia Walther was the girl that Brian lost his virginity to, and then there was also Patricia Zornio and a few of the other Patricias, including a family member, etc. And you capitalize that P-A-T-R-I, capital C, capital I, capital A at the end. And you kind of notice a trend here after a while. But what's more important here is those two Kims. The one was a nurse, and then when Brian returned in 2011, he returned to work for Big Boy briefly for a few months, at which time one of the older Kims was still working there, the older female Kim. But the nursing Kim was not there anymore. Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Hello? Anybody in there? No? Hey, sorry we killed your daddy. Don't feel so bad. They killed my father, too. But hey, look on the bright side. My ex-girlfriend, Jessica Melms, used to get mad at me for not answering the phone, too. Oh, and by the way, Roberta Neiman, or RN, was a smoker, too. In fact, Brian actually had to convince Matthew Clark and Robin Hartzig to come out one night to help Brian get back with Roberta Neiman. And the only way for him to do that was to bribe Matthew Clark with some leftover drugs from Joseph Hildebrand, Brian's oral dentist, who, not coincidentally, Jessica Melms ended up also getting a surgery there, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Korean adoptee Kara and Rachel Rutherford.